We are going to see about hierarchical routing. So if you see our practical life, it is not possible to maintain the routing table in all the routers to how having the reachability information from every node to all the other nodes in the network in the entire universe. So as the scalability increases, the number of entries in the routing table also increased, which the administrator found, network admin found it as difficult to control all the routing table entries. So what they have done, they have divided the areas into autonomous systems. They have divided the set of routers, and every set of like 10 routers will be connected by the autonomous system, so that uh, uh, we can increase the efficiency, and we can reduce the burden of the network admin. So all the few set of routers which was controlled by the autonomous system, and 2 3 autonomous system, or the collection of the autonomous systems, were controlled by the internet service provider. Since we have followed some hierarchy in which ISP were controlling few autonomous systems, and the autonomous system controls few routers, there are some hierarchy which is followed. So we call it as hierarchical routing. So each autonomous system within an ISP will be having, so every ISP will be having few autonomous system, and the autonomous system will be controlling few routers. This is what the hierarchy is. Okay, routers in the same autonomous system run same routing protocol, as I said. So if I have autonomous system 1, and in autonomous system 1 5 routers are there, all the 5 routers should use the same intra autonomous system routing protocol. It can be either OSPF. Okay, then we'll go for the other autonomous system called 2, which contains 3 routers. So all the 3 routers in the autonomous system should use same intra autonomous system routing protocol called a RIP. Okay, so what is intra-autonomous system routing protocol? The routing protocol which helps to find the shortest path within the autonomous system is called intra-autonomous system routing protocol. And routers in different autonomous system can run different intra-autonomous system routing protocol. As I said, AS1 can run RIP and AS2 can run OSPF. But all the routers in the AS1 should run only the same intra-autonomous system routing protocol called RIP, and all the routers in the autonomous system should use the same intra-autonomous system routing protocol called OSPF. But two different autonomous system can use two different intra-autonomous system routing protocol. Yes. What is gateway router? At the edge of every autonomous system, there will be a router which communicates, which helps to communicate with the different autonomous system called gateway router, which has the link to the router in the other autonomous system. See, these are the autonomous systems. If you will be finding every autonomous systems are having set of routers, and if you see the autonomous system 3, what is the gateway router of AS3? It is 3A. If you find AS1, the gateway router of AS1 is 1C, because it is connected to the other autonomous system called AS3. And one more gateway router we have for AS1, that is 1B, which is connected to the next autonomous system called AS2 with the 2A. So what happens? Forwarding table that is configured by both intra and inter autonomous system routing algorithm. Yes, how the forwarding table is created is with the help of two types of algorithm. One is intra autonomous system routing algorithm, which helps to find the shortest path within the autonomous system, and inter autonomous system routing algorithm, which helps to find the shortest path between two different autonomous systems, from the nodes to the nodes in the different autonomous systems. So intra-autonomous systems set entries for internal destinations, and to find the path from the source node to the node which exists in the other autonomous system, we need two protocols called inter as well as intra. So inter-autonomous system task. What are the inter-autonomous system tasks? Suppose a router in the AS1 receives datagrams destined outside of AS1. Yes. So we'll assume that 1D. receives datagram distance outside of AS1. So it has to send the packet to 2A, will assume. So the router should forward packet to gateway router, but which one? So if I want to forward the packet from 1D to 2C, then through 1B I have to forward or through 1C? That should be decided. Now learn which destinations are reachable through AS2 and to which through AS3. If I want to send the packet to node to the router 2C, then it can be reached through 1B. See here, if I want to reach 2B, I can send the packet through 1B, and this is my gateway router 2A, then 2A to 2B. So what I should do, I have to learn which destinations are reachable through AS2. So the destinations 2A, 2C and 2B are reachable through AS2, and the destinations 3B, 3C and 3A are reachable through AS3. So this is what I will learn in the first step. Then propagates this reachability information to all the routers in AS1. When it is learnt, when the AS1 learns, it will propagate all the same information to all the routers in the same autonomous system. Suppose AS1 learns that subnet X, see this is the subnet X, is reachable via AS3, that is through AS3 gateway, but not via AS2, then inter-autonomous system protocol propagates reachability information to internal routers. So now once he learns that it can reach the subnetwork X through AS3, then that will be forwarded to all the routers in the autonomous system AS1. Okay, router 1D determines from intra-autonomous system routing information that its interface I is on the least cost path to 1C. So now what it should do, it got the information that X can be reached through autonomous system 3. Now what it should do, it has to send the packet to 1C, because 1C is the gateway router which is connected to AS3. Now it should find the shortest path to reach 1C. For that it should apply intra-autonomous system protocol. So it finds that 1D can be reached directly with the least cost path, that is 1D to 1C, and it makes the entry that I can reach X through the port 1, the interface 1. So X comma 1. So if now autonomous system 1 learns that it can reach the X through AS2 also, then what can be done is, now it has two different paths to reach X. One is from AS1 to AS3, then AS3 to X. Recently it learned that yes, it can reach X through AS2 also, that is from AS1 to AS2, then AS2 to X. Now it should find the best path among these two. How it can select the best path is using the hot potato routing. What our hot potato routing says is, you just select the next hop router which is closest to the source. So if the cost from 1D to 1C is 5 and from the 1D to 1B is 3, then which is the closest next hop router to me? It is 1B. So I will send my packet through this path called 1D to 1B and 1B to AS2, then from AS2 to X. So what is hot potato routing? If I have multiple paths, I will be selecting the route based on the closest next hop router path. So towards the closest of two routers, whichever is closer, that will be selected. See, both 1C and 1B are there. Through any path I can send, but whichever is closer, through that path I can send. This is called hot potato routing, used to select the best path. See, what are the steps involved? First, it learns from the inter-autonomous system. So how it can reach the node which is present in the router, which is the subnetwork which is present in the different autonomous system, with the help of the protocol called inter-autonomous system routing protocol. Then It uses routing information from the intra-autonomous system protocol to determine the least cost path to each of the gateway. Once the autonomous system learns to reach the node in different autonomous system, then it has to find how to reach the gateway using the shortest path. For that, what it applies is intra-autonomous system routing protocol to find the shortest path to reach the gateway, that is border router. Then if I have two paths, then what should be done? I have to select the closest, the smallest least cost gateway, and I have to forward the packet. So the entry will be made accordingly. So if you want me to explain briefly, see here, this is 1D. What is the first step? If 1D wants to communicate with X, first the using inter-autonomous system routing protocol, it learns how to reach the node subnetwork which is outside the autonomous system. Then how it can reach the subnetwork which is outside the autonomous system with the help of the border gateway. The second step is it learns using intra-autonomous system routing protocol that how to reach 1C. So what it is applying? It is applying intra-autonomous routing system protocol to reach 1C. And it uses inter-autonomous system routing protocol to find the shortest path to reach the subnetwork which is outside the autonomous system. Third step is if it finds two different paths, which path should be selected? So it should select using hot potato routing that whichever is the least cost path gateway. So if this gateway is closer, then it will select this path. Or if this path is closer, if this gateway is closer than 1C, 1D is closer than 1C, then it will select this path. This is the last step. Using hot potato routing, I can select the gateway which is closer to the source node. That is called hot potato routing. So this is how our hierarchical routing works. Hope you would have understood. Thank you. Bye.